Right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Major Key Alert Part 2. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this video, you're probably really excited right now. And you want to know more, and I'm here to give you more. I'm here to give you what you asked for, all right? So, in this one, we're going to talk about the economics and the innovations of cryptocurrencies, right? So we're going to talk about what kind of drives the price and what's going on in this space, which makes it a really kind of exciting time to be invited to be a part of, right? To be in the space, because there's a lot of opportunities coming our way, whether we like it or not. And so I'm trying to get you in ahead of the wave so you can plan for it accordingly, so you can have your own success, right? So let's dig into economics. All right. So let's start with the biggest criticism of cryptocurrency, right? Which is its really high volatility. And that's why people kind of stay away from it, right? Recently, you saw Bitcoin hit 20,000. Now it's about like 10,000, and it went down to a real like 9,000. And so that's kind of dragging the market down, right? But you have to pay attention to the economic indicators as to why that was, right? So there's this thing called out here in both the cryptocurrency market and the regular market called FOMO, right? So that's fear of missing out. So people, of course, naturally, probably while you're listening to this video, you're like, oh, Bitcoin 20,000, what? 9 cents to 20,000, I got to get in this space. Some people did get in the space. So they threw all this money at it, but didn't know what they were throwing their money into. They just saw financial opportunity, right? It's growing. I want a part. They talking about 100K. Let's see what happens. I want in some of this opportunity, right? It's a very volatile market, so a lot of people got burned. A lot of people got burned. It dragged the market down, right? But if you got in before the whole 10K, 20K, and were just holding on for dear life before that, you still came up, right? Because only in these markets are you going to see 9 cents to 20,000. So let's talk about the volatility and what that's about, right? So some major economic indicators are like basics like anything, any trading platform with stocks and cryptocurrencies kind of similar, supply and demand, right? How many of the cryptocurrencies are circulating? How much of this cryptocurrency is the market cap? How big is it? How many people are in it? These things. And so what you really want to watch for now, right? Because cryptocurrencies have developed and they're moving forward and they're being more innovative, which we're going to talk a little bit about later. You want to look at the adoption, right? So what does this cryptocurrency do, right? How is it going to be useful? Because usability goes hand in hand with adoption, right? Because if it doesn't serve a purpose, right, why would people use it? And if it doesn't serve a purpose, its price probably isn't going to go up, right? It's going to go down, right? So you have to keep those things in mind. So we got supply and demand. How many is out there, right? So the more you take out of a cryptocurrency of the circulating supply, the higher the price is going to go, right? Then also, what makes you want to buy it, right? So the adoption. Why would I want this cryptocurrency? What does it do? What's so special about it, right? That's something that determines the adoption rate. What are you doing? Ethereum. Why? The biggest reason why Ethereum is a major cryptocurrency is because of its innovations for smart contracts, right? So their blockchain allows for you to have digital assets and smart contracts to execute when certain events take place. In a nutshell, Ethereum, I can talk about Ethereum for a very long time. I'll probably do another video on it, honestly. But for right now, just for the sake of innovation and adoption, that's what you want to look for, right? So that's what you're kind of keeping an eye out on. What's this cryptocurrency do? Who's the team behind the cryptocurrency? How long have they been in business? What's going on, right? That determines the price. So, and to kind of bring it all back, when you think about stock markets, right? They usually say stock markets indicate pretty much the economy by weighing in, oh, these are what people are looking at. These are what people are spending. This is where their money's going, right? Same thing in cryptocurrencies. Where's the money going? What are people doing? What's so exciting about it, right? That's what you want to keep in mind. So usability and adoption are two of the major indicators as well as supply and demand and market capitalization. Those things are really important, right? So then you can get down to the, what makes it really so volatile is like, how it's deregulated. It's not controlled by any government. So yes, market manipulation is susceptible to happen. So if I have a lot of money, I could say, hey, I'm about to buy this cryptocurrency one day, right? And everybody's going to see it like, oh, snap. Like, let me not miss out, FOMO it, right? while the price goes up, like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take the person that put their money in can take it out. You know what I'm saying? And now, next thing you know, it went up for a little bit. Person came up, or people came up, and the price goes back down, right? So that's why it's important to do your own research, see how this cryptocurrency is being used, being utilized, and is it kind of centralized in some aspects. I know I told you that's one of the key features of cryptocurrencies, which is decentralization, but there's ways to make it centralized, right? So there's ways where the people that develop the coin can have a mass amount of share in it, and they can, like, drop it off at any time they want to. There's also, the mining, how the miners can have some control over, how much is produced, how fast and usable it is. There's different factors, right? But for the main things, you want to look at market cap, adoption, usability. Market cap, adoption, usability. And that'll give you kind of a good sense of whether you really want to invest in this coin or you don't, because those are the things that really drive the price of cryptocurrencies. Another thing is stigma, right? So because it's super volatile, and we're in the internet era where we on Twitter and Reddit and all these things and all these platforms where information is flying across, and it's kind of hard to see who trusts what's what. Is it fake news? You know what I'm saying, on some other Donald Trump stuff. But those are things you have to look out for. And for the most part, it's always going to be a split decision, right? There's going to be people saying like, oh yeah, no, this is a terrible coin. There's going to be people saying that this is a really good coin. At the end of the day, if you stick with adoption, usability, and supply and demand, so market cap and supply and demand, you can't really go wrong, right? Because the people really determine the value at the end of the day. So who's investing in this really determines the value at the end of the day. And for what reasons, that's up to you. You could just be like a day trader, like, hey, it doesn't matter if this is a new cryptocurrency on my trading platform is going up, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna sell it at its high, like buy low, sell high, right? So those are the things you kind of have to, at the end of the day, when you start trading, make your own decisions and make your own trading strategies. That's the best way to do it. But as far as what drives the price, you want to look for adoption, you want to look for usability, and you want to look for total market cap, right? Those are the things that really determine price. I'll give you guys a good website for looking up all of these. I'm sure you can find it if you just Googled it by yourself anyway, but I'll give you that. I'll also give you another good website to go to that for new news and new events for cryptocurrencies, which you can probably Google yourself, but if you don't feel like it, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. So yeah, those are some of the things that's kind of the economics behind cryptocurrencies, right? So it's really, at the end of the day, where are people putting their money at? Like, what are you kind of investing in? Same thing as stock. What are you investing in? It's not as regulated as a stock market. You're not getting an ownership of the company, but at the same time, you are making an investment with the hopes of a return. Or maybe you just really like the coin, and there's long-term plays, there's short-term plays. So these are all things that you should be thinking about as you enter into this space, that these things can drive the price, right? Another thing is big hacks, right? That's something you want to look for, is security. And the technology. We're going to kind of segue into the innovations now. So the technology is really important as well, right? You don't want to invest in some new cryptocurrency that's still using really old technology that's susceptible to attack. And so, like, Ethereum and Bitcoin have both experienced hacks, but they weren't necessarily like hacking into somebody's account, right? It was more dealing with the protocols of the cryptocurrency that created loops where money gets stuck, or it kind of recreated a transaction in some odd way. It's really, when you dive into it, it's really deep and really complicated. But now there's constant competitions where safety is being tested, so if for cryptocurrency to be verified within the space, it has to basically go to a what do they call it? They're like little hackathons, right? Where it's like, all right, here's our cryptocurrency, here's our blockchain network, here's our code, try to hack it. Those are things you want to look out for, as far as, how safe is the coin, right? Because you don't want to invest in something that's not secure, where it's one day it's in your wallet, next thing it's not. That's just not something you want to do. But these are things you want to look out for, because these ultimately determine the price. How comfortable are people, how educated are people, determines the price of the cryptocurrency. And so now let's talk about the innovations of what they're doing, right? So Bitcoin has always been the big cryptocurrency because it's the first one, it's mainstream, but now the technology has gone to another level. Like it's on another level. There's cryptocurrency in South Korea's where these tokens, if you buy a token, now you have a portion of a house. I forget exactly what the coin is called, but it's pretty much creating digital assets with this cryptocurrency, right? So now, as opposed to like your cryptocurrency will not just be like money in fiat. It's like I have a piece of an asset, right? It's like almost like I have a stock, but this is a piece of a house or digital assets. There's also IOTA is another one where it stands for the Internet of Things altcoin, I think. And they're doing amazing stuff with like digital assets as well. So they're talking about anything electronic that can be used while you don't have it on, you can rent it out to somebody, right? So you can rent out some cloud storage space, or you can rent out some just anything that has to do with the internet. You can rent it out and basically create and generate value that way by implementing it into that token. So there's a lot of cool things going on, and it's a lot to take in, and it requires a lot of research. It requires a lot of research. I've been researching for a few months now, day in, day out. Of course I take some days off just because all the stuff I got going on. But it's really a great time to go into the space. It's about to go mainstream, guys. That's just what it is. With this previous Bitcoin explosion, the market's correcting right now, but that's a perfect time to get in, right? Because everything's kind of low right now. Everything's filling out. But just because the market's low, these companies have not stopped working in the cryptocurrency market. They're developing the next big things. They're making partnerships with huge companies, trying to make it mainstream, trying to build stable businesses around cryptocurrencies. And if you're really in the space, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're on Twitter, you're on Reddit, and you follow a few coins. You're seeing that, okay, now that Bitcoin has had its shine, let's start moving towards making this a sustainable space for cryptocurrencies, and let's actually make it usable, and let's actually bring it to the mainstream. That's what's happening, and right now it's the perfect time because the prices are low to get in. And this is like, if you missed out on Amazon, if you missed out on Apple when it was really low, like, this is the time, because there's a bunch of alternative cryptocurrencies, they're called altcoins, that are doing some really amazing things that are undervalued right now because everybody is looking at Bitcoin's market sentiment. And that's why I really want you to be involved. You got to get into this space, man. That's just what it is. So from here, now if you've watched all 3 of my videos, so now I got you excited. I told you about the space. This is a great opportunity. I told you what cryptocurrency is. You know the economics of it. You have a basic sense of the economics of it, and you know that there's innovations and new things coming. So the next thing is, I want you to check out my online course. This is actually going to tell you how to get started. This is the step-by-step, okay, I need to get into the cryptocurrency market. How do I do it? Where do I start? What do I need? I'm going to break it all down for you, step by step. Excuse me. And I'm gonna show you what you need to get started. I'm also gonna give you some breakdowns of some coins that I personally like, right? That I'm actually invested in or have invested in, that I see as being like the next big things, as long as they continue to run a viable business. So I'm gonna give you how to get started. A few coins that I personally do. I'm not gonna give you any advice, but I will give you the tools to help you develop your own investing strategy. So those are the 3 things that are going to come with my online course, right? So I'm going to have you check that out. It'll be up really soon. There's a few things I want to work out. I'm excited. I got to wait for some news to come out. I got to wait for a few, I got to wait for this platform to up and run, because I don't want to rush into it and give you some old, outdated information. I want to give you the new, the hot, the real. So bear with me on that. We're gonna get you started. We're gonna get you into space. You're gonna know what you're doing. You're gonna be confident about what you're doing, and you're gonna be successful. That's what I want. I want you to be successful. I want you to be good. Just Just be in this. You don't want to miss this. This is one of those opportunities you just don't like. You should really fear about missing out. You know what I'm saying? Educate yourself about the space, which is what I tried to do here. Now I want to get you involved. I want to tell you what's going on, and then I want to give you some strategies. And then from there, it's all you. You make it happen. You use it to whatever advance, because all at the end of the day, all these things I'm giving you are just tools. It's up to you to build on the information that I give you, right? And so I just want to thank you for joining me. Be on the lookout for that online course if it's not up already. I'm going to make sure that it's right. It's going to be simple. It's going to be for everybody. It's going to be for the people that just really want to get started, really want to know about the space, and I'm going to help you get through it. All right. So thank you for tuning in. This is Major Key Part 2, and if you want the real Major Keys, it's the online course, man.